Hello and welcome to The Drift. I'm your host, Sierra Goodwill. John is out working on our project boat, scraping and cleaning, glassing and wrenching to give our old boat a new life. And this time we dive into the upholstery. Enter Aaron Ledger, a veteran marine canvas and upholstery. He's joining John with some cost-effective upholstery solutions for our project boat.
So Aaron, how does a guy leaving the Air Force get into the upholstery and canvas business?
Yeah, just trying to look for something that I want to do. I love boats. I've been a boater for about 20 years. So what I wanted to do was find something with boats that I could do that I enjoy doing, and canvas was it. And I started doing it. It's been great ever since.
All right, we want to take those skills and put them to work on our AquaSport.
Absolutely.
She's had this canvas for her whole life and upholstery, and it's starting to get a little ratted and tattered. So we want you to take a look.
All right, sounds good.
All right, let's go. Aaron, we just pulled her for this season. So she hasn't been cleaned yet, but we want to show you the condition of sort of the way we pulled it. But as everything we do on Project Boat, we want to keep it affordable. So if there are things here you think we don't have to recover, or we can clean up or repair, we'd like to do that too. But that's totally up to you. This is an older boat. We don't want to spend a lot of money on it. We just want to kind of tidy it up a bit. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Right here on the leaning post cushion, we've got some mildew. Now the cushion itself and the thread here doesn't seem to be in bad shape, but what do we do about this mildew? Is this something we can save?
Well, once it gets to this type of condition here, where that mildew's kind of soaked into the vinyl, you actually have maybe here a little pinhole and stuff. I would recommend at this point, this is probably end of life, and we would replace something like this. Looking at the seat, it's in a little better condition. It has less sun hitting it. So I think maybe something like that, you know, you have the option of maybe keeping that, and then maybe we just match this color and just redo the top.
Oftentimes we see this kind of mildew, and we see on-market products to clean that mildew. You know, people use Clorox on it and bleaches, but you really can't get it out, right?
What happens with bleach is bleach will take it out, but it's always going to come back. It's kind of in the material. The other thing with bleach is it's really harsh chemical for the threads and the vinyl. So if you're using bleach at that point, that's getting towards its end of life. So you might bleach this maybe to get another season out of it.
What creates this? Is it oils from the hands? Is it just wear and tear?
Absolutely, oils from the hands, but also suntan lotion. That's one of the biggest things.
That's right.
Is suntan lotion on vinyl.
So you've got lotion on your hands, you're standing back here holding on while you're underway, and that's not doing a good thing. So we're going to save a little money here. All right, this is the easy part. So Aaron, here we go. This little baby, this gets a lot of use, right? And as you can see, it's got some wear and tear here.
Oh yeah.
This is I can feel it's brittle, right? This is beyond repair, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, once you start to get the tears at the seam, and at this seam it's also torn, that's definitely end of life. I'm also feeling, like you said, for brittle. I mean, this is probably original, and it's time to be replaced.
It seems like the threads go, and
Yeah.
then it becomes brittle, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You can look right here. Like this used to have a French seam on it, or a top stitch, and those stitches are gone. So that's just from the UV rays.
Is the foam replaced behind this, or what is behind that? How do they curve this foam?
Yeah, that's, you know, I always wondered that too, but it's actually,
you'll find out.
Some of it is it's just curved.
Okay.
Some of it's shaped like this. This has to be cut at that angle. But yeah, we do all that at the shop.
How do you curve foam like that? Well, you know what? Ready for this?
Yeah. Look at that.
Here we
It's
go.
actually,
So it's two pieces.
it's not too much of a curve, even
Right.
though on here it looked like a curve. But once you look at it on the inside, there's not too much of a curve
I'm sure
to
you
it.
can't fix that now.
No, yeah, right.
All right.
I wish.
All right, so these are the real bears. These are the ones that whenever my wife would go down after a rainy day, they were loaded with water. We'd have to drape them over the side and drain them out before we spent the day. They get wet. They've always leaked. We had these done about 10 years ago, and they just leak all the time and fill with water. Why do you think that is?
Well, the first look at them is I noticed it's vinyl on both sides.
Right.
So any water that is getting in there, it's not draining. So what I would recommend with this is, you know, vinyl one side, vinyl the side, but then on the bottom, put some type of material that drains.
Okay.
And that way it'll drain out and dry out a little bit quicker than having a vinyl bottom.
And would this normally have some kind of plastic in here, or is it typically
Yep.
just the foam?
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of the foam we can wrap with like a silk plastic.
Okay.
It doesn't make much noise or anything. And that will allow the water to shed around the side of the foam. That way the foam doesn't soak up as much moisture and water.
All right, and these are depleted, right? So there's no reusing this vinyl, because the vinyl doesn't look in bad shape here. But you'd probably go new with this.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of up to you. I mean, some of the corners are starting to go.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think at this point, this would be your option. I mean, maybe we could reuse the top piece of the vinyl.
Yep.
You know, and we have to do maybe a different side. Yeah, we'll get these cushions off, get them to the shop, and start pulling them apart and do a full assessment of what's going on inside the cushions.
Perfect. Love it.
As always, there's more Project Boat info and DIY tips at driftsociably.com and at Drift Sociably on social media. Like, follow, share, subscribe, and drift sociably with us.